This is Mark of the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and what I have here is a new WE60 Go from 2025. This new WE60 Go comes with the standard vise, and it has a hole in here. It is upgrade ready to drop in this spring array and put on a dual cam vise. And then the WE60 Go is now a WE64 Cobalt. The previous version from 2022, this was a solid base. It did not have the receptacle to accept a dual cam upgrade. But the stabilizers and the sublocks offered at the Expert Corner Group are upgrade ready, and they will accept the spring array, and you can put a dual cam vise on there. Now I have the new twin clamp standard vise on both of these. This one is simply with the stabilizer, and I wanted to show you the height of the stone versus the jaw that let me slide this out of the way, that the stone is above the jaw line over here. And what that means is that at the start, you're already eliminating an inch of the stone use. And you're making it more difficult to use your 1x6 plated mediums with this. So in the high boy or the tall boy version, I've put a second sub riser in there to elevate the jawline relative to the stone. Now, with a lower stone stop and a full stone, I am still able to utilize the full length of that sharpening stone. And at the same time, that makes it possible to use the larger uni handles with the 1x6 plated stone. So at the same time, elevating the height lets you utilize the geometry, and it lets you get a more acute angle. You can get closer and flatter parallel to the vise to get a lower angle. And I'm going to show you that I have, without micro adjusters, I'm going to dial this in. I'm looking for 15 degrees, and it is, you can see it's flickering, and I haven't done anything yet. And I'm loosening it up. Barely sliding it. And went past it. This is why we step up to micro adjusters. I'm working with a 100th, 14.86, 100th of a degree. And in order to dial it in, it's very tedious. I'm going back and forth within a 1/10 of a degree. So it's very tedious. Because of this tediousness, that's why Wicked Edge has the micro adjusters on the more expensive models, to give you that control. This slide adjuster allows you the angle range. You just have to have the physical ability to slide it and coordinate it, so it can be tedious. I'm going to pursue this and see if we can get it any closer. That's pretty close. I don't think I can do much better. Thank you for bearing with me while I prove the point that you can use the slide adjusters manually like a micro adjusters if you have the patience. We went to the micro adjusters because they give us the control to dial it in. But the frame, the geometry, the setup, the standard vise, model, entry level, has the capacity to let you work at that precision that you can work on the $1,500 Gen 4 Pro. If you know how to use it, and with a little help of some accessories. So we took a WE60, put it on a base, put some flipper knobs and stabilizers and that stuff, and now we have a highly precise wicked edge sharpener. It's no longer the entry level, but now this one has the capacity, with the little investment, has the capacity to do everything that the top of the line model does. The shortcoming is the length of the guide rods. But with this setup, this same setup can be for the WE60 or the WE40 or the WE64. We can give you the same extension with the stabilizers and the high boy or tall boy to give you the precision, but it gives you the full effect of the stone. Now the downside, and I need to tell you this, the downside of elevating these vices is that you can only go so wide because this is not a square bar model where the square bar comes out, and if you want to, you can change the square bar with the longer square bar. This frame is what it is. So when I elevate these into the high boy and tall boy configurations, I shift everything on the narrow side and I lose the wide side. And I want to show you that this is still 21 degrees, so there is plenty of width for this type of knife. You would put it in this situation because you are wanting to sharpen this kind of knife narrow. If you wanted to use a wider bevel than this, then your only choice is to start taking off the blocks so that everything comes down and the narrow range gets shifted back to the wide range. This is about as wide an angle as I'd ever put on a knife, is about a 20-degree angle. So this shift works for me because I'm more interested in how close I can go on the narrow side, and I just threw it on there, and that's at 13.5 degrees, and there's room. There's room to actually sharpen the knife. You can actually work on it. So the high boy, tall boy configuration gives you that low angle ability that we're wanting, but it does rob from the wide angle. But with this configuration in these toys, you can get, I'm repeating myself, you can get the precision out of these manual sliders that you can get out of the dial-in if you take your time. Thanks.